see us, they can hear us. We're only
Hello.
15 minutes late today.
Only
15.
We're getting better. Hello.
Actually, guys, normally for the main Nat Disaster, show, we actually are usually pretty on time.
Yeah, at least we didn't say 5:30 today. It was 6. So.
Oh, I knew it wasn't happening at 5:30. I just knew it. No one had texted me when it was like 5. I was like, it's not happening at 5:30. And then people began messaging in the chat. I'm like, yeah, I didn't think so. That's why I kept cleaning the garage.
Well, we're here now live. Welcome to Nat Disaster. Anybody who's watching, plus Ethan. Hi, Ethan. You're probably here.
I'm not on stream.
Well, regardless, he gets YouTube afterwards if not. But thank you guys for coming. This is Nat Disaster. It's our wonderful D&D game where a group of idiot friends just try to sit around and play D&D somehow. Yeah, it works out well some days. It works out bad the others. It's all just
One
up in the
day,
air.
the dream is we'll all be in person again, and we won't have to worry about all these Discord lagginess. We'll just all be on one mic setup, cameras on one computer. I'm sure we'll still have issues.
You know what I think should be our goal?
What?
All reaching Nirvana and playing D&D in Nirvana.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yes.
Well, until then, this is our
D is not in Nirvana, then I don't want it.
Until then, this is our setup. And hi, I'm Brian Creevy. I'm the DM, the Disaster Master. Thank you, Aisha Kobe, of this whole game. And yeah, I almost had a TPK last session. So close.
No, we got it. We had it. We had it the whole time, Brian. I don't know what you're talking about.
Switching up the order a little bit, let's go to last session's MVP on my side over here. The wonderful vigilante himself, played by the wonderful Andrew.
It's how again. I'm here.
Andrew, introduce yourself and your character.
So I play Delson Mardathas, the fighter rogue Echo Knight, and resident Sistah City vigilante.
Mm-hmm. As you're slowly learning, your reputation has made it to some people. They know about you, and some people are fans. Which is
The Undersisters fans.
After that, we don't have his image today because his audio is always so much better without his image on there, unfortunately. The Majestic Beard himself. We have Callum.
It shows my beard on my picture. You know, artistically.
If your beard looked like Cthulhu's, that'd be pretty interesting. Well, Callum, introduce who you play, man.
So I play Wind Whisper, the warlock, who sadly was the first one out last session.
But put up quite the fight in the beginning.
I tried my best. My opening salvo was champion styles, but it just was not enough.
Well, you provided enough to help the rest of the team get in everything they did, and you guys still went away with a W. After that, we have the idiot monk himself.
Aww. I'm Vicky. I play Andy. He is a monk rogue. He is a tabaxi, and he's unconscious right now.
He's on the brink of death, basically.
Yeah, he's very, very unconscious.
Again.
It's okay.
After that, we have the wonderful will sleep through any problem they come into contact with.
I'm Brian. I play Serenity. I'm Succubus. Incubus, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Don't really know what sex I am yet. Yep.
This
cool seduce and fuck.
Non-binary. Your character is non-binary.
It chooses what it wants.
Your in-game, in-campaign live stream body count right now is 3 in 6 sessions.
Every other session,
3?
guy.
No.
It
it was 3.
Yeah, you slept with the at your whorehouse.
more.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them was a
Random
work
one person.
work one.
Technically, there was 3 others with Otto, so technically your body counts 5 now. You can't be.
Yeah, that was an orgy, not a.
Last but not least, and actually, this is the first time I think you've been last in my
Yeah.
announcement. The tech paladin himself.
Hi, I'm Colin Rose. I am the technical producer of all of this bullshit. I play Rainn, the quarter elf rogue multi-classing fighter who is the leader of this band of not the best candidates she could have picked.
But the best she got.
Yeah. It's who answered the ad. Admittedly, she only waited like 2 days. Note to self. Set the ad out for like a week and a half. You'll get more candidates.
It was a rush job. But
I was told I had a week.
Viewing next Rainn.
that is the PC and the last wonderful member of this party, which you guys have named 5, but there's technically a 6th one in here, is our wonderful NPC Paul, played by me.
With us, to be
Poor
fair.
Paul.
He wasn't with us, and he wasn't in the fighting rink, and we were naming our fighting team.
Hi,
So.
I'm Paul. I'm just a lovable NPC who saw the ad and thought it would be fun. He's no class, but he's here sometimes. He's probably asleep right now. He's getting a good night's sleep.
He probably stole some stuff, had a good night, or he's in jail.
Don't know yet.
That is a possibility.
Roll for him, Brian. You need to roll for him to see how well he did, because he must have stolen a
He
lot,
can't
right?
tell us yet. He can't tell us yet. He has to tell us after we're done with the party and we go to bed.
That's true.
Okay. I just rolled for Paul.
I only tried like 2 or 3 times.
So,
Alright,
this
go on
is
the first one.
this is our wonderful heist party. Yeah, this is what we're doing right now until we can get back to the main campaign, which still making plans for that. Hopefully by the end of all this we can return back in some form following social distance guidelines. But until then, we're having a lot of fun with a campaign. I was only expecting to be 3 sessions and now we're double that and going
And we're not even close to done. We're hitting at least 9 or 10 sessions, bro. Realistically.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Easily.
So, as always, no sponsors.
Realistically, I think some of us are subconsciously padding this out because we're like, yeah, we're not getting to in-person sessions anytime soon, so we need to pad this bad boy out.
And we're having
Also,
fun
these
with
characters
it,
are fun to play.
Mhm.
So fun.
I mean, Vic, you're having a grand time with our characters.
No sponsor, but as always, Taco Bell. Where's the label? Taco Bell, sponsor me. I love you. Pay me money to say your name. But yeah, we don't really have any announcements. So, if everybody is ready, we can let this week's disaster unfold. So,
Yee.
previously, everyone, on that disaster heist, you guys had just gotten off the high of robbing the Fafine, a woman who you guys have been hired to grab some dirt on for Baroness Vojo Variana over living with Otto Tuxicuk, the one who got you ideas and sources for retrieving invitations to the gala held by Dai Hanada, the one you have been hired to rob from on his gala, which is 3 days away now. After meeting back up, and high from your success, you all wanted to go down and test your merit in one of the death battle cage fights in Underzista's northern city, Stillhaar. Upon arriving there, getting questioned at the gate, as everyone does, and watching someone get devoured in front of you as the first sight of introduction to the city, you guys quickly found the registration booth, manned by a tiefling named Lead and his 2 bastions on the side, Carl and Philip. After reintroducing some people and introducing new faces, you guys ended up registering for the fight and being sent down to the locker rooms area of the cage matches by transportation of a Duna platform. As you guys arrived in there, you notice there were two other teams here. A familiar face for Andy in the form of Leroy and Phaeton, two halfling brothers who are frequents here in the fight ring. One of them whom Andy used to date. And then also in another corner, four individuals who were a little bit off to themselves as you guys entered. As you guys placed bets, bought items, got laid, and then also convinced somebody if they won to snort a line of coke off of your ass. You guys had some interactions with the opposing team and committed to a team battle. As Nilo, the announcer, made his way through and took Phaeton and Leroy, and then after their match came back to get all of you, you guys all went out to host your actual battle. Deciding to go under the name the Lucky Cinq, Elvish for the Lucky Five. You guys all had your individual stage names as well. Andy electing to take back his old nickname of A-Bomb Andy. Rainn electing to take her manager name from back then of Storm. Wind Whisper taking the name of Whispering Chaos. Serenity taking the name of Nightmare. And Shadow keeping his brand and his name as Shadow. As you guys got out to the battlefield, you guys were all introduced, and before your fight was interrupted by a message delivered by the Liberator herself, the one who is the head and the one who is basically in charge of everything down in the Underzista. Talking about the winds of change are occurring, and right now very excited to see what everybody in the Underzista can do, and also reintroducing a band who is making their return in the Underzista playing. With the fight began, it started off with a bang as a lot of you guys spread out enough in the beginning and laying a lot of damage on Rainn off the beginning, though things started quickly changing once their magic started actually hitting all of you, with a death from Wind Whisper first, knocking down 42 on the enemy team multiple times. Some clutch plays by Bliss in the form of Spirit Guardians, and some other moments of luck from the dice rolls. The battle cut down to just two players left, the Shadow and Bliss, with everybody's teammates being down dead or dead, held in stasis form, or bleeding out themselves. Delsin with one final arrow lined up and right in the forehead of Bliss, claiming the victory for the Lucky Cinq. With everybody shouting Shadow's name all around, Shadow fist bumping with his echo, and Serenity getting back up in that moment of all the cheer. That is where we ended last week, or 2 weeks ago's session. So, as the cheering is starting to die down, Nyla up in the stand is just like, and that was a show, everyone. Now, please, if you can, take a moment, visit the concessions. We will have another match just as exciting as this one coming up at you very shortly. And you can hear the rush start dying down. You can see people start walking up the stairs to go to the stands, get food and other things. In the meantime, as this is going on, Delsin, as you are looking around and Serenity stands up around you, you guys can see these large fiends basically come out of the gates where you guys had originally started from. They have two regular hands coming out of their sides and then two large pincered claw hands above them. Horns and large snouts like hounds come walking out, hulking, their skin scaly and horned, a red color, as they walk over. And you can see the platform that Nilo's on kind of like descends a little bit, and he looks over at you, Shadow, and Serenity, at his Serenity's getting up. Not bad, not bad, you all. Now, follow these. Since this is your first fights, I know for you two. Follow these creatures. They'll take your friends back to the locker rooms, and you can see a bunch of them just come out in their pincered hands. Just grab Andy and Wind Whisper, and then another one with his normal hand just comes over and grabs Rainn from like around her chest and lifts your teammates up. The other one walking over to the enemy team, and all four hands just grabbing Rainn, 42, Bliss, and Static. As you can see, their bodies still covered. The ones who have died, being covered in that blue stasis. Rainn's body not really under any type of effect, just kind of there limp at this time.
I'm unconscious.
Is there anything you guys do or say in this moment, or you just follow the instructions?
Just gonna follow instructions.
Where do we get our winnings?
Oh, you can go back to the same person you put in your money for the fight. They'll be able to cash you in for all of your rewards.
Okay. I like this plan.
And as you guys follow these creatures back through the arena, you can see at one time the creature just starts get a little bit tired and just holds Andy and is kind of like dragging Andy along the floor along with Rainn. Just holding down right there. With Wind Whisper being a little bit light, is actually holding it up, but just dragging their bodies behind.
I am a little heavy, to be fair.
And not too long as you guys do travel through the darkness, you are returned to that same locker room area that you were in before. And you can, there's seems to be a few other people in the corner now, kind of a team of three, kind of just brandishing some of their weapons, and they look up at you all as you guys come back. But then they quickly just put their heads down. And in this room, you can see the one who was behind the gate just opens up a door on the side, and a little carving in the wall to the side just like phases open. He's just like, oh, well, looks like you guys made it out. Well, and he pulls out of his pocket right now. He's just like, oh, this is each for all your friends. And he goes over to you, Delson, and he counts 1, 2, 3. He puts 3 good berries in your hand. He's just like, feed it to them real quick. It'll bring them back up. And then he walks over to the other creature and starts administering them to the enemy team. As he does, just like, better luck next time, guys.
I will distribute the good berries to my teammates.
And you put it into Rainn. Rainn comes up nice and quick, as she wasn't dead yet. As you go over to put into Andy and Wind Whisper, as you put it into their mouth, you kind of like force a little chew for a second. Just that blue energy surrounding them just kind of disappears and sparkles, and they are brought back into consciousness as well.
You guys fought well.
Did we win?
I'm glad we all survived.
We did win.
Good.
To me.
I trusted you all to get your job done.
Andy takes like a couple of moments to get off of the ground because he is at 1 hit point, so he's gonna sit for a minute.
Everybody except Delson's at 1 hit point right now. And
So I'm just sitting there like, oh man.
Same with Wind Whisper.
As you guys start taking a breather after that beatdown, you can see the other team gets up, and Rainn just like not even under his breath, just damn it. And the guy's just like, come on, guys, you got to work better than that. Okay, it was a good match from what I saw from the gates, but got to work a little bit better than that. And he's just like, come, let's go. And he walks over to the Duna platform. Static just comes up. It just gives a big yawn. And I don't know if that ends up being contagious for Andy too, because I know that happens.
Definitely. Andy definitely yawns.
Opens her eyes.
Simple,
Like,
simple boy.
Yeah.
Good fight, everyone. And just starts
nice.
going after.
Good job, everybody. That was a fun fight.
And
That was
just rushes
enjoyable.
Rushes after Rainn. 42 and Bliss just be like, yeah, that was pretty challenging. If you guys want, right, Rainn over on the Duna platform already. Bliss is just like, oh, we're probably going to be over at the Brawler's Mug if you guys want to see after. And you can hear Rainn just like, guys, now. And it's like, sorry, goes over. And
I bet 42 has fucking PTSD from just down.
42's up right now, and he's just looking at his chest right now, and he can see the multiple wounds, and then looks at you all back and forth. He's just like, nice ones. And then just walks
I'll see about what we can do. Hopefully we can meet up and maybe smooth things over with that one. And I nod at Rainn.
We'll
seems
see.
like
We should
deep
collect
in
our
thought.
winnings first.
Looks
I
down,
agree.
looking down, then sees Andy's look and just turns back, and you can see Static
Smile. I give him like
Static
a genuine smile, not like an asshole smile, like a good seeing ya.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna have some more fun.
So
turns
such
away
a
and
genuine
Static
person Andy
goes,
is.
Yeah,
I'm
sweet.
Rainn's back. And as soon as they all get on the Duna platform, you can see it slowly starts moving away, and one comes to fill its space at the exit as well. And then the guy comes over. He's just like, well, one moment. I'll go get your winnings right now. And he heads back through the rock wall. And it closes behind him. He walks over to his counter. And he starts fiddling through some drawers underneath. And he's just like, well, so the pot tonight. So the pot is always, for the winning team, is 3 times the total pot that was put in by all of the players. It looks like. Hold on, I had to check that.
Holy shit. That's a lot of gold.
So after all the
How much is it?
fees, after all the entry fees and the extra equipment that you guys had taken down, the pot itself had totaled at 280 gold. So the winning gold goes away at 840, and he starts
840.
pulling it out of the drawer and putting it down in a sack right in front of you. Oh, he's like, and that's for winning the match.
So
Okay.
we'll divide that by 5.
Yeah, it's just the winning. That's not including our bets, right?
Yeah, that's the winnings, not
That's
including the
winning for
bets.
pot.
Oh, this
Yep.
is gonna be a good day.
So these guys are
Holy
like,
shit.
and I know some of
Holy
you guys put
shit.
down some extra money as well.
200
So
gold.
you, and points over at Rainn. He's just like, he starts filling out a separate bag. This is, you put down 200, so 400 gold for you. Looks over and he's just like, you, points at Shadow. You put down 100, 200 gold pieces. He puts out a satchel for you as well.
So are we dividing the pot by 5? Like we each get? Okay,
That's up for you
Probably.
I think
guys
that's
to
fair.
decide, I assume.
that seems fair.
I think that's fair.
So everyone gets 168 from the pot.
Nice.
168 gold.
That's just from the pot, and then your bets and everything differ. And then turns over to Wind Whisper and be like, I know you bet a little bit extra, so you get 200 gold. Pulls out a sack and he's just like, hold on, let me see if I have another one. And starts, you can see him, he goes to a back cabinet and like puts half of his body through his legs, just sticking out the back. He's just, no, I have some shit, stick here underwear. No, not that, that's ooh, that's where the extra stash went. And you can see he's stuffed something in his pocket, and he just comes out. Yes. He comes out. You bet a diamond too. So here, I have a diamond of rough equal value over here as well. And you get back the same diamond you stole out of the dress, and an additional comparable size diamond as well.
Sweet. So
Oh,
I've got 2 of
nice.
them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
And,
fucking sick.
What are they worth?
You haven't got them appraised yet, so you're not exactly sure. You got.
For all you
So
know,
what do
the
I call
diamond you
them?
just got is probably worth more than the diamond you had.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, figure it out. And then he's like, yeah, last, I'm so glad you won, because now you actually made putting the money in worth what's getting. He just holds out, he's just like, 120 gold for you, and I believe there's something we need to try out later.
Yes. Yes, there is.
What would you like?
Well, it can be whenever you're free, or we can do it right now.
Well, got a few matches to go. I don't know if you want me to meet you up late tonight.
That's fine with me.
Where can I find you? Where you holding up?
I'm gonna point him to the brothel that I usually reside in.
Okay. 1 second. Just going back through my notes to that name. I wrote it down. And I know exactly where. Searching through my notes. Oh yeah, it was Fortune's welcome gift because it's over in Fortune's Plaza. So, yep. So you point him out there. He's like, "All right," and it's Serenity, right?
Yes.
All right.
And if you want anything other than that afterwards, that's a completely different fee.
Different business transaction.
Yes.
He thinks about it for a second. He's just like, "Now I've never had anybody fancy before. Would you be able to look like a royal?"
Probably. Actually, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Licks his tongue a little bit. He's just like, "All right, well, I'll see you after the matches." Kind of like flicks his tongue a little bit.
God damn, people are weird.
Yeah. And he's like, and now
As soon as they started discussing fucking, Andy just walked away.
He's like, I don't care. This is not important.
He's like,
Yeah, Andy was like, this doesn't interest me.
he starts putting out another quick line on the thing. He's just like, now I need to get back to a little bit of business. And he real quick, he's like, I need the other team over here. Scoot, and gets you guys out of the way. And it's like,
I go over to those other guys.
I need to pay your entrance. Come on. And the other three had a rush over.
Where is the nearest tavern?
Well, there's
We have
one
to
in the
return our
stadium.
weapons.
Yes.
I'm not returning shit.
Okay.
No, they said they're gonna collect them when they're in the stadium.
Yeah, as you guys are by yourselves here, so you can hear the orc reaches out his hand from the thing. He's just like, "We need the items back, please."
It's
Items
only the
to
one
purchase.
thing, which is what Delsum had, so you just have to pull one out.
I will pull one of the duplicated shock arrows and hand it over.
He's like, "Thank you." Puts it down. He's just like, "Got short sword, knuckles, brass."
I'm gonna remove the short sword.
Okay, so you hand him back the +1 short sword, and then he looks at Andy. He's pointing at the brass knuckles on your hands.
Yeah, I hand them back to him.
Okay, he's just like, 1, 2, 3. 3 is all, I think. And then
Yes, it was.
The half orc next to him is just like, "Yeah, buddy, good job."
And these came in handy.
And the half orc.
Andy.
But Andy makes puns and he doesn't even mean to. And the half orc is just like, "Yeah, well, we're all somewhere in the city. Like I said, sorry, I can't really tell you guys where our supplier is, but if you like them, either come back for more fights to try them out or do some snooping."
I think we might.
And just like, "We'll see you guys down here again, maybe."
We'll see how the winds push us.
I mean, I'll have to see if I get in trouble after tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, hopefully it's the good type of trouble. You're welcome back here anytime. We'll see if you guys keep on faring with your winning streak here. And he has a little board to his side. There's like several pieces of paper that are written down, and he just writes down the lucky Cinq and puts one tally next to it.
Just drop it all and do this all the time.
All right. And is there anything else you guys
Try
want to do?
to ask for this guy to give me something.
What are you gonna ask? Callum, what are you gonna ask?
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Is this Discord or did
This
he
is
get
Discord.
distracted? I can't tell.
Discord's like this.
Loading, loading, loading.
Loading, Callum.
Where's the DM buffering thing?
It's
Callum,
not
is
near
back
me.
there.
It's on the other side of the house.
Callum, I hear you. Are you back? Hello? Discord.
Hello?
Callum,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Can
Can
you
you
hear me?
We
Yes.
can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to, on the sly, offer the half-orc merchant both of my diamonds for the +1 brass knuckle.
So the brass knuckles weren't +1, but there was a +1 short sword and then the brass knuckles. Are you trying to get both of those?
No, just, no. 1 diamond per brass knuckle.
So what do you say to him?
Yeah, come on, Mr. Cancun.
I'm going to point
Cancun.
at the brass.
You've heard the word brass knuckle so far, so you can say it if you'd want.
So I point at the brass knuckles and I say, brass knuckles, and I flick up one of the diamonds and catch it, and then I wink at him and hold it out.
Look, the orc who's there just like followed the diamond. It was like shiny. And what do you say? And you roll a persuasion check.
Okay, my persuasion check is an 18.
18. You can see the orc turns to the half orc is just like, he has shiny, and the half orc like, yeah, he had many shinies. And he starts like biting his fingers a little bit, and he's just like, looks at it, it's just like,
Can't believe it.
fine. And he puts the brass knuckles back on the table, and he's just like, holds out his hand for the diamonds.
Yep, I pass them right over to him.
Takes one, and the orc's just like, shiny's just like, yes, this one is yours. We can each have one. And he takes one, and the half orc immediately he takes it and starts sniffing it, and his nostrils so big he like sucks it in for a second. He pulls it out, and he's just like, He just like puts it in this little pocket of his flesh that's like sagging and just sits there.
Can I do an insight check to see how smart this orc is? I want to see if he's supposed to be dumber than Andy or about the same.
Roll an insight check.
That's not very good. That's a 14.
14. He seems less learned than you. You're not sure if his intelligence is worse or around the same, but he definitely has. Even though you're not that bright, you've still been learned in times enough. It seems like this guy barely knows anything about like society, so he's a little bit still. I would say almost like a feral, like a outside the city work. That's why he stays here a little bit more.
Okay.
All right.
I like him.
And
I'm gonna ask him for his name. What are your guys' names? I say. Except I say it like Andy.
the half orc is just like, my name is Shrew.
Hold out. I like present my hand and I say, "Hey, Shrew, I'm Andy."
So like, well, already met you, but nice to officially exchange names. This one over here is Tay-Rock.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll hope to see you guys a little bit more often.
So too.
And you can see at this time the gates open up and Milo starts stepping through again, and comes out. And he's like, you three again. Well, let's see if you can actually follow up the people before you and looks at the rest of you guys and gives like a nice little wink, just like, "Oh, at least your bloodbath might be a little bit entertaining. Come.
Do
come.
those three look familiar to Andy?
No, they seem, honestly, taking a look at them, their clothes aren't as like rugged or dirty. It looks like they're kind of on the the younger type side for combat and everything. It looks like they're still fairly new to it. There is somebody who is walking with a bow. There is one who seems like he's basically just, as he's walking, he just shapeshifts into a wolf. And then there's somebody who has a giant greatsword. They start following Milo.
He sees him turn into a wolf. He's like, "You're fucking cool," and then leaves.
Turns back, and the white wolf turns its head. Goes like bark in your direction, and then they keep on walking into the darkness, and the gates close behind.
Oh my god. Eddie's gonna be like, "Man, how do I learn how to be a wolf? That's so cool."
And
You can't.
I guess I'm
Andy.
already a cat. I
and
could. I'm sure he learned sometime.
Yeah, by
Well,
being a druid, you are
you-
not one.
You did come back from
I
the
could
dead.
be.
You did come
You
back from the
could,
dead.
but you'd have to leave the monastery.
I'm not allowed to
That would
do
be
that.
the issue.
And Andrew, what were you saying?
You did come back from the dead, so I suppose anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe in my next life I'll be a druid. That could be fun. Maybe I'll like put a request in. You think they do that?
Yeah.
By the way,
I doubt
um,
it, but you always can
Andy,
ask.
The rules of magic. The rules of magic are slippery.
Yeah, that's true.
What were you saying, Cal?
Andy.
Hmm?
I'm handing Andy the brass knuckles, and I'm gonna like wink at him and say "brass knuckles," and I'm gonna whistle at him and walk off. And I'm probably limping like a motherfucker because
I give Wind Whisper a hug first before he walks away, if that's okay.
When Whisper
Oh,
starts
you're
walking-
gonna make him pass out again.
I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm just gonna give him a hug.
As when Whisper's walking away, Andy just comes up, gives a hug, and you almost hear that like bird squawk as he really squeaks.
Oh, no. I go, "Do you want to ride on my shoulders, buddy?"
I'm like, fuck yes.
Okay. I kneel down so
yeah.
he can get up.
And Rainn, as you are leading people over in the direction towards the Duna platform again, you do know that there is basically a dial that you can turn on the Duna platform, turn it, and it actually sets it to go up to the bar afterwards for fighters.
We will
Oh,
go
nice.
to the bar.
Slip on the brass knuckles.
Okay.
And I'm
Don't wear, Andy. Don't wear what you just stole.
Okay, fine. I take them off. I didn't steal them.
I didn't
And
steal them.
I put them in my
The
bag.
guards don't know that.
I put them in my bag. I must have a bag.
Fair
So I put
trade.
them in whatever bag I have.
Just because it's a fair
Okay.
trade doesn't mean everyone else is aware of it.
And you guys get onto the Duna platform, change the dial to Brawler's mug, and it slowly starts taking you guys off through the darkness. Again, hovering over, you can see at times just the light from the platform just shedding light on some cages down below. So rustling in the cages, banging against the bars and stuff like that, until it gets to a point where it starts to rise up. And as it starts rising up, gets to the point where you can start hearing a lot of rowdy noise, some like glasses shattering and stuff like that, some roars. And as the platform leads up, it brings you guys until you're into this open section, right behind you can see glass, and behind it is showing you the giant the arena from your angle. In front of you, there is a bar opening area right about probably 20 feet ahead of you with this multi-armed let me see real quick. It's a multi-armed woman about 6 arms that she's just pushing all different drinks around, pouring real quickly. She seems to have like a snake-like body, and there seems to be staircases moving up around to another above section as well. As soon as you guys arrive, there's humanoids all around you, mixed with demons as well, and you can just hear people just go, "Hey, don't look insane!" Oh, and you can people just like, "You guys were awesome! Shadow, you're amazing!" So from some children over in the corner, and people immediately, you can see people, some people are just like, "Oh, I bet against you, John!" Some people are like, "Yeah, drinks over here, get some drinks for these people!" You can see the bartender just start look up and be like, and starts sighs really heavily as she starts mixing some drinks together really quickly.
I turn to the rest of them and I'm like, get ready for a good night.
Looks like some free drinks for us.
You can see
I'm
there
gonna
are-
like sigh very heavily.
and you guys walk around and you walk up to the bar and you can see this creature. I don't know if any of you guys will know what it is. If you guys want to, you could roll history checks
I
to see
will
if
roll. We've been here. I've
Sure.
been to this bar before.
Not.
it's true for you guys.
Yeah.
So you guys already
Yeah,
know.
do I know their name at least?
Yeah, you guys would know their names. So for Delson, Wind Whisper, and Serenity, I would say just
Yeah,
roll
16.
16,
Wait,
I've
what?
gotten 11.
11. Andrew, roll a history check.
My history check actually wasn't too bad, but it doesn't matter because I already know.
I rolled a. I also rolled a 16.
So Serenity and Delson, you guys both know what it is. Wind Whisper, unfortunately, you don't. This creature is known as a Merilith.
This is the bartender.
Yes, that is a Merilith. And Andy and Rainn, you would know her name as Scythla.
Scythla.
While we're doing the bar stuff, do you mind if I run downstairs real quick?
Go ahead. And the
I wanna
bar
run through.
itself,
She's a serpent person.
some people clear out of the way for you guys to lining up the bar. As she puts down several larger size shot glasses. And on it, you can basically see there is some type of like herb on top of it, and she quickly just takes a sword from back into one of her pouches and lights it over a fire, and then just goes all atop all of the shot glasses, and all the herbs like light, and there's a little fire that burns through the herb, and now it's leaning at the top of the shot glass.
I will pick
Take
up.
it.
I will pick up. I will pick
Hell-
up.
A hellfire for the winners.
I'll pick it up. I'll hold it up and say to the lucky Cinq.
And also,
And we all clink together and
no back.
All right,
I'll got
It
liquor
is-
to do shots.
hot, but it's spicy, and it also goes down real quick. It doesn't really leave that aftertaste in.
That
It's
burn.
smooth. And you can see as it takes it back, Scythla, as she started making another drink, she's just like, "Nice to see you back here, Andy." And then you can hear a shout from above. You can hear a similar voice be like, "Hey, bartender, we need something up here." And it seems like it's the voice of Static. And she's like, "Yeah." And there's a lever on the side. She pulls it, and then the platform that she's on behind just starts.
It's a multi.
rising up,
It's a
The whole bar
multi-level.
goes up.
It's
and
a
you can see-
multi-level bar.
Yep, and you can see the behind the bar itself. There are shelves and shelves and shelves lined with different alcohol. And as she goes up, she grabs a few real quickly and puts it down, and then she's up at that top level.
That's fantastic.
I would like
I want to draw and design this now, Brian, but that's not important right now.
All right, so
I'm
you guys
gonna-
stay down here right now. You're at a bar. You guys got plenty of drinks here. She can obviously be called back down, and you have a nice line of sight of the actual fights behind you in the arena. There are people still around you. Some people who are like giving you guys like pats on the back. You can see some people at times, like some of the big ruggish demons, kind of like give like a little bump in the back, and they look a little frustrated. It looks like they probably bet against you, but you guys have the bar.
I'm
Well,
going to.
who like clap me on the back and the people who bump into me like the same smile. Like I think they're both congratulating me. I don't realize that one of them is angry at me.
This is the fun part about bringing Andy to this to celebrations. He just has a great time the whole time.
He just has a great time.
Rainn is gonna walk towards whatever booth that her and Andy used to go to, and if there's people in the booth, she's gonna glare at them and tell them to move.
Okay. The booth that you guys would go up to, there's actually one.
I will assist Rainn in this intimidation.
Okay. There's actually, when you go up the stairs to the right, there's one booth on either side of the bar, like not directly next to it, but there's space for one. So it's overlooking the lower level. You can see the top level. You can still see the fights. And there does appear to be a group of basically a few I never knew how to pronounce it. Quasits? How do you pronounce it, Vicky? Or Callum? Do you know?
Callum went upstairs.
He's getting food. He's not here.
Like Quasit.
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Quasit. It's this little tiny
Closet?
Quasit. I think
Maybe?
It might be Quasit. It's these very like bug, like gremlin looking like little.
If we go on D&D Beyond, Matt
13.
Mercer might say it for us.
Yeah, but they're all just looking and they turn at you all. What Delson and Rainn? What do you guys say to the guys as you approach?
Rainn just comes up and says, "This is my booth. Move."
I will just silently stand like slightly behind Rainn and just look like dead eye them over her shoulder.
Okay. You guys can either both roll intimidation checks, or one of you can roll with advantage.
What's your plus for intimidation?
+6.
Okay, yours is better, so go for it.
Okay.
What do we? Yeah, go for it.
No.
It's not better by a lot, but it's better by enough.
That would be a
Always.
25. That would be a 25.
So as you guys stare them down, and Andy, you're still coming up the stairs like around this time. You can see them just scramble over the edge and kind of like tumble over the sidewall behind you, Andy, and like stumble down the stairs for a second, but then they all like scamper around and go off.
It's like, oh, bye.
Rainn is gonna sit in the center of the booth and expect that drinks will show up for her since they won.
Hey, I'll say, oh, we're being sentimental, are we? And I slide in next to her.
All right, and you guys all pile it around the bar. Within a few seconds, you guys all have a few other people put down some mugs of ale. Some people put more Hellfire shots in front of you as well.
Nice.
Fuck, it's gonna be a fun night tonight.
Does no one bring
I want to
rum?
do like a investigation check to see if maybe the other guys that left anything in the booth.
Roll an investigation check.
Smart, even
Okay.
though Andy isn't great at these.
Nope, that's a dirty 1.
So yeah, no, everything is quite empty.
You see it not in the table and you're distracted.
Yep. I look around the table and I'm
Does
like, wow.
Rainn
this is
notice
lot
that Andy's
messier than
having
I
a
remember.
huge trouble trying to just figure out how to look for something?
I feel like it looks more like he's just like looking around and just completely fails at doing so.
And as you guys are doing this, a tiefling that you guys remember approaches the table. This tiefling's name is it's Crayfire. He has an orange with a tint of red covering his skin. He comes over with a hood up and he's just like, yes, you guys, this is the other half of your rewards. You know, we don't really carry them down with the money, but you guys did win some items as well from your fight. And he looks around. It seems enough of the hype has seemed to pass away, and he pulls out a rag on the table in front of you all. And then he's like, you're entitled to 2 of these items. And he unfolds the rag in front of you all. There seems to be...
Is this 2 items each or 2 items total?
2 items total.
Total.
Okay. I'm making sure.
And there seems to be in the first thing that appears. It does appear to be this copper piece, but instead of the normal like symbols that are carved into it, you can basically see what appears to be like a swirl that's encapsulated within a brain, the image of a brain. Which, Andy, you probably have no idea what a brain looks like, so you're just like, what the fuck is that?
What is this?
I have really
Yeah.
know what it is. The next one seems to be a dagger that is like jaded, like not jaded, but like jagged down the way. Yeah, sorry, I corrected myself.
You did, but I was like, you did not say that.
Jagged. It seems to have basically this center aisle that center like slit that is emitting this like this orangish color. And then the last one seems to be a ring, and a ring has a slight little orb, like that seems to be empty on the tip of it. The orb doesn't it's not huge. It looks like it's in place of where you would appear a diamond.
Do I know from experience whether they would tell us what they do first before we pick?
So, I mean, if you ask, sometimes in the past you've just taken things out of excitement, Andy. Other times Rainn has been like, wait, ask.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I get excited about the dagger, and then I'm like,
would take the dagger.
we are being presented with these objects.
Yes. And
I say, what do they do?
Hold on. He's like, well, out of all of them, they all have their own magical abilities, so make sure on the surface you kind of keep them to yourself.
I will look at I will like point at the ring and say, what does this ring do?
The ring.
Eyeing the ring. Rainn likes jewelry.
So let me turn really quickly to the ring, and I'll read everything in a non-automatically descriptive way, but enough that you guys get the point. And Crayfire is just like, well, this ring, and as he picks it up, you can see like the orb itself that's on the top is almost transparent. Like you were only able to catch it in the light that it was at, but when it lifts it up, it almost like you can barely even tell it's there. It says this is called the Ring of Absorption. It's actually something that the Royal Guard, the Zessalian Guard have started to been using, and they've been in short supply down here, but we put it up as a prize for the team battles today. Basically, what this can do is fire and lightning. Times you can absorb it in, back to dish it back out at a different point.
Dibs.
Oh man, I want it so bad, but
Dibs,
Delson was
dude.
faster on dibs.
What do they all do? We should hear what they all do before
Yeah.
we decide.
What do you guys ask for the next one?
I ask about the coin. I'm interested in the coin.
It's like this coin. It's pretty. It's hard to notice anything special about it, so it's very good for any type of secret missions. We know a lot of the contestants do shady shit up top, so something just to help you out. It's called the Coin of Mind Intrusion. It allows you to cast Detect Thoughts spell once a day.
That would be so useful for what we're doing, guys.
And he's like,
Okay.
in this last one, we call this the Dagger of Deception. If you are attuned to this item, you can wave the dagger in front of you, and a little bit of mist will come out. It helps when you're trying to lie yourself out of a situation. It also deals a little bit of extra damage, kind of digs into their mind a little bit. Common, essentially Jedi mind trick.
I understand that.
That the coin is
much more useful.
The coin would be really
Oh, yeah.
useful
Yeah.
for what we're doing.
Rainn is going to pick the coin
I say
up.
we take the coin and the ring.
Rainn's going to pick up the
So
coin and look
pure.
at it. Delson, you can take the ring if you want it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I want to look over and ask if there's any other way that we could possibly also get the dagger.
You'd have
In
to
a
win another
seductive
fight.
Wait. So do we only get to pick one thing?
You
2.
get to pick-
Two.
2 total.
Okay. Well, I don't want to impose.
No, you
If
get
you guys, if you guys don't want the ring, we don't have to get the ring.
No.
I
get the ring. It's useful.
The ring
yes,
is
get the
useful.
ring.
Okay, I will take the ring then.
And Crifire folds the cloth back up, covering the dagger, and looks at you, Rainn, and be like, maybe if you win another fight, but unfortunately, you gotta stick to regulations.
Okay, I figured
Good to
it'd be
see
worth
you.
a shot.
I mean, maybe after a few shots later, I might be more persuasive, but now, and he puts it away and walks away.
I'm gonna whisper this ready. Find them later.
He's
Okay.
such a cool dude, man.
Strategy you lead twice tonight.
And
That
then,
fucking coin is gonna save our ass. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, that coin is
absolutely.
so
That's
useful.
why Rainn has put it like in
Dude.
and hidden it already.
Dude. That's so fucking cool.
all right. Detect thoughts, man. It's a good spell. So both you guys, so Rainn and Delson, these items are custom items on D&D Beyond for you. So Coin of Mind Intrusion and the Ring of Absorption. You guys can add them.
Cool.
Oops, I spelled coin wrong. What the heck? That was impressive.
Both of them require attunement, but you guys
Yeah.
can see are
We
actually
definitely have time to attune while we're drinking in a bar.
Duh.
And then as Crifire walks away, you can just hear from the side a voice pipe up. I heard that you wanted some rum, and you guys look over and there's Static over at the edge of the counter. Just looks down at you guys and says, Andy like looks in the direction, kind of like looks over at Rainn away and be like, I mean, I don't have much left, but I mean, you guys, congratulations. And you can hear Rainn is over in the corner and just be like, don't fucking buy them drinks, you idiot.
I stand up on the
I would
seat and
pick
like
up the thing
lean
of
over the divide and I'm like, oh hey guys, and like put my arms up.
I'm gonna pick up one of the things of the ale and one of the shots, and throw the shot in the ale and be like, I'll drink to you.
Oh my god.
Static pulls up from the table a mug and she'd be like, I mean, it puts it together and be like, you were really annoying in there. You kept on staying up there and cutting me down. That was not fair.
All is fair in love and war, my friend.
Fair. The rule.
And takes the sip, kind of sitting there with a pouty
I'm
face.
just gonna throw it back. The entire ale. Harper.
Who was the?
I say
Who was the? Oh no, go ahead.
I say to Static, next time cut her down first.
God, I mean, I was trying, but she's just there, and Bliss is just like,
Is Bliss there?
all of them are there. Bliss is just
Yeah,
like,
Bliss is there.
it's fine, Static. Next time, I had your back out there. And he looks up, and Bliss kind of like hops over the side too, and looks at you, and it's like, that was a close one. Looking over at Delson, you really, and she kind of like itches her forehead. You can see a slit where the dagger went through and it closed up. It's like barely, it just still barely there. She's like, that's gonna be a nice scar.
Scars are stories.
Ours are stories.
Rainn sitting there with horrendous scars on her face. Yes, stories.
I will hold my hand. I will extend my hand out to Bliss.
Bliss, it reaches over on the other side of the bar and like over, kind of leaning on her stomach, and she shakes your hand. She's just like, well, man, we're gonna have to work a little while before we can afford another fight after that one. And 42's over in the corner, just casually sipping his drink and just looking over like wide-eyed at Nelson right now, just like still.
Do I know from experience how much like a night's worth of drinks might cost here?
Depends how well you won. We have a whole like 2 rounds we got for free.
So,
I mean, like these guys, like their tab for the night. I'm asking like how much might their tab cost?
depends on how sloshed you want to get. If you want to get casual, for a few rounds of drinks over a couple hours, it would be for 4 people. It'd probably be just a couple gold, like a couple gold, maybe like 3 to 5, roughly, depending on the drinks. If you want to
Take out like 5 gold, and I'm gonna flick it onto their table, and I'm gonna say, "Drinks on us tonight."
And also, I'm assuming there are napkins of some sort on these tables.
they're more like really dirty used
Rags.
rags that you can tell have been washed before. But
If you want paper, Rainn can give you paper.
Over and over.
Can I have a piece of paper, Rainn?
Takes out a notebook and rips as carefully as she can a piece of paper.
And I will sign the piece of paper, and I will give it to 42.
Just smile.
Dude,
That little smile of knowing that 42 is fanboying and this is dweeby. I'm like, God damn it.
As you hand it him, do you say anything?
I'll just slide it to him, and I'll say, "Well, how old does he look? Does he look young?"
You should have your shadow give it to him.
Roll an insight.
Also, your shadow can go get us drinks. We never have to leave this booth.
True, he can. Also, that is a dirty 20. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, let me roll quick. Just see quick. So, he looks 42. Looks like he's in his like late teens.
Okay.
Oh man, we beat up some kids, guys.
I will slide the autograph towards him and say, "Good fight, kid."
And he just grabs it.
strong teens.
They are strong teams. That is true.
He doesn't. Looking over all of their ages, Static and Delson, you can definitely tell. All you guys a little bit worse. A little bit worse, but you can still over time guess. Static looks to be the oldest. Static does look like probably like mid to late 20s, while all the rest do seem to be in their late teens to early 20s. And as you hand the autograph to 42,
horrible
like
age difference.
he doesn't smile, but like he kind of seems awestruck, and he's just like, "You're my hero." Rainn just, as this happens, just takes the gold, just like, "Good fight."
It was a good time.
And then just
a lot of fun.
and like a kind of like eyes can see Rainn, the other Rainn, looking over, head turned back, and just looks at you and just be like,
Rainn's gonna give a smirk to him as she sips her drink.
and he responds back, "Your strategy can do better. Learn to command your team a little bit more."
I need to learn to listen.
Come on, us. We're pretty shit listeners.
That is true.
I'm just gonna go, huh?
What?
The guy goes, huh?
If we don't already have drinks, I will send my Echo to go get us drinks.
All right, your Echo appears. 42 is happening. Just like again.
This is the biggest waste of a super special ability is to just send them to go get drinks across the bar.
Not a threat. Like he looks at amazement and just like holds his chest in pain. So cool. This drink. Rainn looks like throws another one back and looks over at you and whisper after you said that and be like, "You were the real wild card there. I didn't expect you to have some of the same abilities as myself. I didn't think any of you all had magic."
We keep it hidden.
Looks can be deceiving when you live on the above ground.
We live up there too.
Yes, but you're allowed to use magic where you're from.
And
We use magic, we die. From a nice flight off the city.
And Bliss speaks up and she's like, "Yeah, it's more. We typically get stuck in the institute though. This is like our only time real out.
Hey, I know that feel.
And Static's like, so what are you guys planning to do more fights? What are you guys doing?
We haven't figured that out yet, but to be honest, wasn't that bad for a first outing.
Maybe
Teacher doesn't kill me when I get home tonight, maybe.
maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't.
We'll see how the next couple days go.
And then it's just Rainn gets up and just like, Bliss with me, and grabs Bliss's arm and gets out of the booth. And she was like, oh, okay, and pulls Bliss up and goes over to the bar a little bit away from the rest of you. Rainn kind of doesn't seem interested in a conversation with you all.
Yeah.
You can see Marilyn just comes back up and immediately pouring another drink down for Rainn at the bar. It left with Static in 42, and Static's just like, just ignore him. He's a little prideful.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
I mean, you gotta lose sometimes. I've gotten my ass kicked so many times in that ring. It's a good time.
That's why, Andy,
You have to learn to enjoy the failures just as much as the successes.
Rainn's kind of side-eyeing where Andy's like, there's a reason why I sometimes bet against you.
Hey, what?
We made money, didn't we?
I didn't know you bet against me.
Sometimes you weren't gonna win the fight, Andy, and we still need to eat.
That's true. Well,
I'm realistic. I have faith in you, and if you won, I would have been like, yeah, but like...
I don't know if Andy has figured out that he doesn't need to eat yet, really.
Yeah, but back then he did need to eat.
Yeah, that's true.
Stack's like, yeah, I mean, it's good to stop by here afterwards. People, even if we've only lost one time before this, but it seems even when we lose, people do end up getting us stuff for free, so it helps.
Having fans is great. I'm surprised there hasn't been any people looking for A-Bomb Andy. Now he's back.
You look over around the area and you can see there are tables of like people like looking out from a distance and like chatting and looking at you all. They most of them appear humanoid with a few demons mixed in, but there are people looking over at all your tables.
I'm not the biggest celebrity in the room anymore, and I like nudge Shadow a little bit.
And Static is like, yeah, Bliss was actually a big fan of yours back in the day.
Really? That's so good to know.
Yeah, I mean, she let us know as one. She actually convinced us all to try her down to the rings because she thought it would be fun. She's wanted to for several years now.
That worked out. That's really awesome.
As you guys are talking, Delson.
Yes.
Climbing up the actual wall behind where the booth you're sitting. Another Callum, now that you're back, can you tell me the proper pronunciation? Is it Quasit?
Yeah.
Quasit. You can see a Quasit climbs up the edge. It's like horned gremlin-like head sneaking over and stops right next to your head, Delson.
Oh, Jesus.
You wouldn't have said Jesus, by the way. He doesn't exist. Pick a different god.
Oh dear God.
What's the
The Pantheon is weird in this world.
who's the head god in this world?
So the god of creation is Tyvor.
All right.
You also would know the god of time, several... Well, you're actually higher class, so you'd know a lot more gods than normal people would, probably. Because you would have studied that more.
Well, I'll just be shocked and then, like, what do you want?
And whispers over into your ear. Everybody, including Static and 42, look over and see this thing, and it just whispers into your ear. You've got the eye.
One eye.
She wants to see you tomorrow. Can bring your friends.
Who?
You'll know who. Don't worry about it.
You can't hear unless you guys roll perception checks. This is being
Roll a
whispered.
perception check then.
Roll a perception
Oh
check.
yes.
Also,
I'm
did you
sitting
say,
next to I'm sitting next to him though, so like
Did
it has to
you
be
say-
whispered damn quiet.
did you say can't bring friends?
No, bring
so-
your friends.
You can bring your friends.
My perception's a 16.
21.
Twins.
So this Quasit is trying to be quiet, but Nat 1's on stealth, so it's actually just
Just yells at everyone. Hey guys!
you've caught her eye. Whose eye? You can bring. She would like to see you. You can bring your friends. And everybody, even more people from other tables, hear this now. Like they're looking over at this weird. Just like
I was like, Dalson, don't worry about it. I'll tell you later.
it just says, "The Liberator, VIP box tomorrow," and then just
What time?
crawls back. down
Rainn's
the
gonna yell, what time? Because it didn't give us a time.
crawls back up. Midnight tomorrow night.
Thank you. Rainn
I
likes.
just like called over my shoulder.
They
Shut
could have
up.
screams and rolled in that one.
When Whisper yells, I'm like, "Shut up!" That's everything. And now you have a lot of prying eyes over at your table now.
Rainn's gonna smile very. Oh crap! What would be the right term? I'm bad at words, guys.
I will
She's
look.
just gonna smile smugly, very smugly, looking at everyone like unsurprised, but like, what?
I will look around at everyone and say, "As you were."
Roll an intimidation check. Oh shit!
Is it against us?
No, it's
No,
against everyone else.
Everybody who's watching.
25.
What's that? 24. 25. Yeah, as soon as you say that, everybody just like turns back to their own business at the table. Some of them start drinking. Choke up a little bit.
And he lets out like the loudest laugh
Oh.
that has ever been laughed.
What would be
And
the
then just,
opposite of a
like,
stealth check? That's what Andy just did.
Yeah, he just guffaws at everybody being so terrified for like a split second.
I love this group when this group works well together. It's fun.
42 under his breath is just like so cool. Holding his chest as he's like he starts drinking a little bit more. And Static just looking at you guys be like, "The Liberator wants to see you?"
Rainn
Like,
pretty much just says, whispers loud enough that the group that we're, our group can hear us and the other table that we're talking to can hear us. I'm not surprised. It's inevitable.
Are all you guys big shots or something? I mean, this was your first fight. Why?
We're not big shots in the fights, we're big shots in other things.
Like what?
Diamond
Maybe
style.
taste big shots.
Diamond
Things that
style.
you have no clue about.
Wait,
What-
what did Wind Whisper say?
Let's say, what did you say, Wind Whisper?
Died with style.
Dying with style. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
We're
pretty
not
much
big
what I
shots
do.
here, but, at least I take some big shots.
Ryan!
And
This is Conlon to you,
Gross.
Ryan. Reality of like quote big shots is Rainn barely being a middle management criminal, and admittedly Delson actually is like cool because Delson's the shadow. Andy used to be cool, but Andy's not in the fights anymore.
He kind of cool.
Andy's
And
cool because he is cool, but like
Oh,
that's my opinion as Conlon Rose. Andy's awesome. I love Andy as a character.
me too. He's
Andy's
my
gonna
buddy.
remain in Rainn's life indefinitely now. Now that she knows he's alive.
And as this is, you guys start settling back with your table a little bit. Static's still kind of like leaning over the edge, and it's actually kind of like looking down at Andy. Kind of like everybody but Andy can see this because like Andy's back is back towards the table now, just looking down. As this happens, you guys hear the jingle of a collar, and then runs and jumps and lands on Andy's head. Lucky.
Oh,
The
good too.
cat
I
is
pull
back.
him off my head and put him into my lap.
Rainn is gonna look very stressed about the cat.
Rubbing.
Can I do a perception check? Can I look around the bar? Is there anyone
Where
that
the fuck
looks
you come from, cat?
like either they're unable to pay attention to what they're doing or are looking intently at the cat and us?
Roll a perception check.
Introduce for the Delsum and Thieves Can't.
Oh.
Elvin,
That's a 23.
the damn cat's back. This is not
23.
good.
For the most part, there seems to be a lot of people have directed their attention away from you all after that intimidation. But you can still see, like, every once in a while, like, eyes just like turn over to you.
Yeah, well now like everyone's eyeing us. We won the fight. The Liberator wants to talk to us, which is awesome for my long-term plans as Rainn. Thank you, Brian.
You can see there is
Not helpful for
one.
current Rainn, though.
There is one fellow who is on the opposite end of the bar, kind of like near the entrance, at a table by himself, with a hood up and a giant sword like next to him, like a giant sword next to him. With your 23, you can make out. It seems very similar to the person you'd seen in the bar earlier tonight, the one you went to after robbing from Fafine's house.
I'm gonna get up.
Okay.
I love Andy so much because Andy doesn't care.
I get up. I bring Lucky with me.
Rainn's gonna stop
And-
Andy for a second and be like, "Don't get killed."
I'll be fine.
Oh wait, at hearing "don't get killed," can Wind Whisper go and follow Andy?
It's a
Rainn,
rough last
I
time.
probably should have
Let me-
prefaced. Rainn probably said that in Elven, not in Elvish, not in Common.
Okay.
I will
I don't
reply
think you know
in-
Elven. You might. I don't know. We've been talking in Elven
Elven.
next to you a lot.
I will reply in Elven. Didn't stick last time, and I walk over.
Good one. Jokes.
Thanks. I go over
man.
to the guy with the sword.
Mhm.
I
As you're getting closer, you can see basically it seems to be a single man, kind of beefy. You can see his bluish skin of his arms come out holding a mug, and you can see like lightning strikes basically almost scarred up both of his arms. And he's got his hood down.
is there an empty seat across from him?
Yes, you picture very much like Aragorn in the corner of the tavern in Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
Fellowship.
Yeah, I sit down next to him. I sit down across from him.
And Wind Whisper, do you sit across from him as well?
Oh no! If I didn't understand what was going on, I wouldn't have gotten up.
I
Oh,
will.
Yeah, we were speaking Elven, Brian. Sorry, I didn't preface that. I need to
Oh,
remember to preface the language I'm speaking to the group.
I will.
I apologize.
I will sit
Down across from him, and I say,
Delson followed as well, and it sits down.
"Okay." I say, "Hello."
Rainn's gonna eye the table from across the room.
He sips his drink and he puts it down. He's like, "You guys are getting a little bit loud." It will and different. It's a little more deeper voice. Like, "You guys are getting a little bit loud." Puts his drink back down.
This is the guy who's supposed to be watching us to make sure we do our job, right?
Who's listening?
And
Very good, Delsum.
who's listening?
Brian wasn't ready for that
There's
response.
fucking business.
Just a concerned citizen. Takes another step.
Doubtful.
Can
You're
I?
not there, Rainn.
Can I
I
do
know,
an
but
insight
that's
check
the
on this
realism
guy?
of it.
Roll an insight check.
I will like to roll an insight check as well.
Oh my god, my nose is running like crazy.
That's a 4.
24.
I got a 14.
God damn it, Andy. Dumb as a rock, wiser than fucking God.
Rolled a 19 plus 6.
I said,
Or-
dumb as a
Oh,
rock.
wait, yeah, that's 25.
Wiser
I'm sorry,
than
that's
God.
25. Oh, wait, no, 24. It's plus 4. Plus 5. Sorry.
Either way,
I looked at the wrong thing.
my joke still stands.
Yes. I'm very smart. I'm very wise.
You're not very smart.
Delson with his it's kind of a little bit hard to read him, but Andy, you're looking you look at this guy, and after that, a concerned citizen. You can tell 100% like it seems like he has an interest in you. Whether concerned citizen is the right thing to be calling it is very questionable. It's like the faintest way of like, yeah, I guess he might be telling the truth with that, but there's a lot more with this.
He's being paid.
It seems like this person, especially second time seeing him, is keeping an eye on you guys with a purpose.
And what have we done to garner your concern?
I don't think Andy knows the word gardener.
Gain instead of garner. Sorry, guys.
I was like, Andy doesn't know that word. There's no way now. Unless he heard it from Rainn and learned the word. He did not learn that himself.
Takes a sip, and say what you said one more time.
I say, what did we do to gain your concern?
It's just like, word is spread that there was, from a note I found in a tavern, that individuals were looking for a task. Now, I met up at that place a little bit too late, but I've been keeping my eyes throughout the city. Seems like your friend, and looks over at it nods his head up. You still really can't see with the hood up. Back to your table. Your friend, the Kinku over there, might be having a prying eyes out for them. Keeping an eye out to see what I can do.
Appreciate your assistance. Would you like to talk to the woman who organized this? She might have a bit more to say than I do.
Just seeing what I can do. I know that the die can be hard to get into. Making sure I can help out from what I can. Keep an eye on help from behind. And he just takes a sip of his drink and he's just like, but I can't be seen. And he starts stepping up and it seems like he wants to get out.
As well.
Give a meeting place to him for me to talk to him.
Say that again?
Give a meeting place for me to talk to him.
No, I was talking like, what did Vicky say?
I say I stand up as well, and I say, if you want to have more words, meet us at... And what's the name of that? The Boiling Behemoth.
And he stands up, finishes his drink, puts it down on the table, and reaches into his pouch and puts 2 gold pieces and several copper pieces across the table. And he just nods. He takes his sword and just behind in like a little spot onto his cloak attaches, and you can see his sword. Basically, it's a great sword with a flat handle, basically between where the actual huge blade and the rest, like the fold of the handle goes, and it's all on one side of it. The actual blade itself is black, and it seems like it's almost scarred with similar lightning strikes, just like the one that you can see around his wrist. And he walks out of the bar.
Before he leaves, I'd like to just quietly be like, and I take it this is yours, and I kind of hold the cat in my hands.
He stops at the entrance, turns back, and says, "Never seen that cat before in my life," and walks away.
Oh shit. Okay, I carry it back over to the table and sit down.
Okay. And Static is over. Basically, she hops back over and she was just like, "What was that?"
Nothing
Life
to
has its
concern-
mysteries.
Nothing to concern yourself with.
If it matters
I
to
say
you,
in
we'll tell you
Elvish.
one day.
I say in Elvish to Rainn, we're gonna have to have a talk later.
You should say in Elvish, Steve's can't. It's more hidden. But-
Sure.
Okay. Then maybe we'll go to my apartment afterwards. She says back in Elvish, Thieves can't.
Okay. A few more drinks go by. Rain and Bliss eventually do come back to the table, and so who is everybody continuously having drinks?
Probably.
I stopped.
Can we
Definitely
take a
drinking.
break real quick? I need to use the bath.
Okay. So I'll
Because I have
actually
important things I need to talk about, and I'm distracted too much to do it right now.
So there was actually one thing that was going to happen that seems like a good breaking point. As another round of drinks are coming around to everyone, you can hear just shouting coming from outside the bar. It seems from children, and they just rush through. And she's like, "Another one of those touched by fake creatures! Somebody, they got our dad!" And they rush into the bar, and the bar goes quiet. And everybody looks at these children just in rags. You can see acid burns on one of their arms.
Oh.
And they're like, "Please!" And we can take a break right there.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Another 10 to 15 minute break. So Conlon
Did we get time to take a short rest or no?
I'd say it's we'll talk about after the break. Let's go on a
Okay.
break.
Okay, we're gonna have a break. I need to pee. can see us, they can hear us. I don't give us any time.
Hello. A little bit longer break. Sorry, there was some puppy mayhem.
Yeah, a dog may have destroyed a table.
But we are back now. So, picking back up, these young children, about 3 of them, rush in and just shouting, like, help! Another one touched by fate! Took our dad! Please, someone help! And you can see, like, little drips of acid, like, burns on their skin in some areas. Immediately, as the entire bar attention is turned over to these creatures, a lot of people turn and look at them, and then... Bye, Vicky.
Wait 1 second, because I think she's gonna want to hear this.
Hi, Vicky. And almost immediately, though, a lot of people just turn away and go back to their business, and you can see the front kid, a lot of dirt on their face, little hair dangling in front of her face. She's like, please, and then you can see a mains walk up in her direction and just comes down and reaches down to grab the child and lifts it up, and then as it's lifting it up, you can see Scythla. She throws the scimitar across the bar, and it hits the mains, knocking him back and knocked over a table. And some people are like, hey! And she's like, you'll get another round on the house. Rule here, no eating children. Little ones, come here. And everybody seems to come back to their business, and the 3 children...
Rainn's gonna get out.
Do I know what a person touched by fate is? Do we know what that is?
Anybody who's interested to know if they know, roll a history check.
Oh yeah, my dice aren't on my table anymore.
That's gonna be a 22, Brian.
I rolled the natural 1, which is a negative.
You know,
Negative
diddly
2?
shit. You actually have made
Negative 2.
us dumber by the sentence you said out loud.
I rolled,
Right?
yes.
History
What do you
check.
got, Andrew?
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
I also got a 16.
Okay.
17.
17. So, Delson, Wind Whisper, and Serenity, you've heard mention of people being referred to as touched by fate. It's a more recent, like a more common term, up and coming in the city right now. Rainn, you've heard it for a little bit longer than everyone else. It seems your knowledge of it came into being about 2 months ago was the first time you heard it. And over time, you have known that it seemed those who are referred to as ones touched by acid, most of them have been seen in the Undersista, so you've never seen them. And they're almost always associated with something acidic, basically, like something being burned by acid.
Andy just like drools a little bit.
Andy's just like,
His brain juice just like leaks out of his ears a little bit.
touched by fate, and you just start thinking of karma playing.
Yeah.
Like, is that something?
Yeah.
Like,
How much
Yeah, I
does
know,
Rainn
wait.
know about times alignment? Which is technically metagaming, but whatever.
roll a history check.
Okay.
Second,
Dice.
did we get time to take a short rest?
It's almost on an hour now. It hasn't been an hour completed yet, though.
19.
19. So Rainn knows the tales, like everyone's heard of times alignment. The group of adventurers in the
How are your keys in your pocket?
I didn't have a chance to take them out since I drove back. I realized they were in my pocket. I'm sorry.
It's been hours.
The group of adventurers, one led by the one who's the champion of time, or the warrior of time, by Xylia herself. They had set out many places across all of Galandria. People not even sure if they had to leave Galandria and travel out somewhere elsewhere on Tychorus for their journey, but they are known as the ones who went to the Blackened Tear and freed Xylia from her imprisonment, which a lot of people know from the legends, no official name for it, but is this jar-shaped structure. They seem to, afterwards, they are the ones from their actions, restored time and light to the world, and effectively started the flow of time.
They started the modern era.
they kind of all scattered into the wind afterwards. But she does know that there has been a monument erected for Zytalia, the leader in Lidris up north. Which word would have came to your ear actually somewhat recently, sometime in the past week, of some sort of event that had gone on in the preservation celebration a few weeks ago.
So Rainn would know that times might be aligning again, but she's not sure.
I don't know if she would make that connection, because
She would just know that
there was
something
some sort of
happened.
disturbance at the preservation celebration.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how she would decide that.
You're trying to meta game. Let's get be real here.
No, I actually want to think about how Rainn would think about this. I myself, yes, I'm a little bit, but I'm wondering because the thought of this is a recent event is things changing, and the Liberator earlier said times are changing. Not those exact words, but
and as the children rush up towards the bar, kind of like crying a little bit, some touching their acidic burns, Scythela just like, children, come up, and she kind of like takes her arms and shoves a few people off the bar to open some space for them, and they sit, and she pours out some water, and she's just like, I'll be frank, young ones, your father is gone. I stay the night. I'll find a way to help you find home up above somewhere. I'm sorry.
Rainn's going to walk to the children.
Okay.
Because
I will accompany her.
Because Rainn has a soft spot for kids who are poor. I wonder why.
As does Oliver. I mean, not Oliver. God damn it! Delphin.
Wrong character, but I'm sure Oliver has a soft spot too.
And as you two walk over, everybody, you two, including everybody who stays at the booth, can hear Rainn, who's back at the booth with everybody now, just whisper under his breath, just few more lost into the pipeline. What's new? And you guys walk beyond and go up to the children.
Rainn looks at them after hearing that and says, I will not let you be lost to the pipeline. And she gives each of the kids 10 gold.
Through tears,
she whispers to them, if you end up in the orphanages, survive, fight on. Life is worth living.
The woman, the girl who had like the bangs covering her eyes, wipes her eyes, and she looks at the gold, and she just looks at you, and she's just like, why?
I've been there. It's hard. And she wipes the tears off of the child's face. And looks her in the eyes.
She settles for a second, looks at you, and she's like...
And she smiles, like, very genuinely.
And she's gonna look down at her gold, and then her two siblings and be like, this isn't gonna bring back my father.
No, nothing will. But going on is what matters now. She very quietly, so only the children can hear, so I'm probably going to have to roll a stealth check. Says, okay. I've lost before a lot. So I'm going to roll my stealth check. Awesome, that was really good. That's a 26.
Delson, if you want to roll perception to see if you hear what Rainn's saying, you can if you want.
I wasn't ready for it to be such a good roll. I'm like, I'm going to roll
quiet, even the kids don't hear it.
Yeah, that was really good. I wasn't ready for that. I was just thought I was going to roll okay.
Yeah. Delson has the best perception in the group, though.
He does, though. It's okay if Delson hears. I don't care.
I rolled a 17.
Nope.
Okay, you see Rainn whisper, kind of one of those things like in the movies where they whisper in somebody's ear and you're like, God damn it, I want to know what you said, kind of thing.
But for the audience, Rainn says, I've lost a lot in my life, but you can go on. I promise you can go on and be something. And looks in the eyes of all the children and says, you will be something. I promise.
The girl who seems to be the oldest one is just like, looks at her two siblings and said, I'll take care of you.
Rainn smiles.
They kind of nod.
Brushes the girl's hair back, gives her a as genuine a smile as she can muster, and says, "You will do well," and stands up and walks away.
And Scythe, as you stand up, nods down at you. Delson, is there anything you wanted to do or say?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can't think of anything to say.
Scythe nods at the two of you and says, "I'll take it from here."
How many kids were there? There were 3 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just had to remove the gold from my inventory. And Rainn is gonna walk up to the other group's table and look at him in the eyes and say, "I will not let another one be lost in the pipeline."
And Rainn, who's still just sipping down a drink, seems a little bit inebriated now. Which, by the way, since anybody who's been continuously drinking, please roll a Constitution saving throw.
What's my con? I only got an 8, Brian.
4.
This might be why Rainn is a little forthcoming than normal. If she's drunk.
I rolled a 16.
Cocked, so I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, that's really good. That's a 22.
Yeah, I mean, okay. And Wind Whisperer, have you been continuously drinking?
No, Wind Whisperer's probably sleeping on the table at the moment.
He's already done. He's like, "I'm good." Thud.
So, Delson and Andy, you're pretty good. Serenity and Rainn, you guys have been a little bit too heavy on the drinks right now.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me catch up to Rainn.
And and other Rainn.
My second drink was an ale and a shot.
Rainn drinks rum straight, so this is no surprise.
Other Rainn responds back. Everybody's lost somebody to the pipeline down here. Saving those children's not going to change anything like that. Their father's gone. It's
Unless we get rid of the pipeline.
Pipeline will never go away. Rainn looks at him and what's the least we can do is try and help them, right?
Saving those kids may not change the world, but it'll probably change the world for those kids.
Just wakes up and I'm like, ooh.
Immediately, Delson and Rainn are idealists.
And other Rainn's just like, at the end of the day, what you did for those kids isn't gonna matter.
And Rainn looks at him in the eyes and says, "Every moment that we make in our lives means something. We all mean something.
And
Even you pain in the ass. You mean something." And she stands up, takes someone else's drink on the table, and says, "Whether or not you do anything with it, that's your choice to be useless." And finishes that drink.
Whose drink were you taking? Everybody had a drink at there.
Who looks like they would not give a shit in the group?
Probably 42. He's really hard to read.
Okay, so Rainn's gonna take 42's drink and just finish it.
42 was mid about to drink and
she just takes it from his hand and finishes it.
Take a drink off of our table. I take it away from Serenity and I hand it over the barrier to 42.
But she straight up calls the other Rainn useless. That's the insult that she gives to him. Originally, I was going to talk really politely to them, but they decided to be a pain in the ass, and Rainn doesn't want to deal with it.
And Rainn is just like, look, only those with talent are going to be able to do anything. Those kids aren't going to last beyond the next week on their own. And finishes his drink. And
Rainn smiles, looks into the sky and says, "You'd be surprised what you can do with nothing." And just walks back to her booth. Because she knows she's been to nothing.
And yeah, and then Rainn stands up and is just like, "Let's get back to the Institute, everyone. We have class in the morning." And stands up and starts walking towards the door.
As they
Barzo-
leave, Rainn's gonna say goodnight to each one of them by name except for Rainn.
All right. Rainn walks out. You say goodnight to Bliss. Bliss is like, thanks for the match, guys. Maybe see you around. And heads off. Says goodnight to you, Rainn, when you say your name. Static says goodnight to you, and then just looks at Andy.
Say goodnight.
She's just kind of like this, like, and then like runs to the door. And then 42 actually walks over, like, slowly to your actual table and takes another sip of his drink and looks directly over at the shadow and says, if you ever need help, I'd like
We'll
to.
remember
And then
you,
just
we promise.
walks off.
I'll keep that in mind.
He like nods, and you can see like for a second like a smile, and then walks off out of the bar.
I don't know if my mic picked me up, but Andy just called out, "You're really cool," to 42 as he leaves.
He like turns around. He smiles. He's like, "Thank you," and just walks off.
And before they make it out the door, Rainn loudly says, "Stay safe, all of you," and glares at Rainn.
Roll an intimidation check.
Cool. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Andy rolls his eyes.
That's going to be, numbers are hard. 18.
He looks back and sees the look you're giving. He just and like leaves in a quick
I
rush.
hope he remembers the sharp green eyes that glared at him this night.
I just look at Rainn and I'm like, man, you go so hard sometimes.
And
Rainn's
you guys
like,
are left at the table. Oh, actually,
The-
hold on, Colin, you have to roll that intimidation with disadvantage because you're drunk.
True. You
Okay,
are
I didn't
drunk.
know that. Okay, so let me roll my second die. Okay, I can't see that. So
you
that
going to?
is 16.
Okay. Same
Pretty good.
effect. Same effect.
Okay, but Rainn looks at Andy and smiles a little bit because she's a little buzzed and gone, and she's like, "Theater is fun, you know. It's the best part of the day."
And I missed it.
Alright. And Lucky is still just sitting around like next to Andy's lap, just like nuzzling next to him. And you guys are left alone in the bar. Do you guys stay here for a while, or do you guys head up to the surface soon?
Stay long enough to get a
well,
short
this-
rest.
Yeah,
Randy just gave away my last beer, so I'm just like,
Rainn slides what's left of her drink to you, and she gets up to go get another drink at the actual bar.
As Rainn was getting up, another round of shots or Hellfire shots are brought over to the table. And you
Rainn
can
grabs
see-
hers and
Take
walks
it.
to the table.
and you can
walks
see
to the bar.
You can see a few Elvins over at a table just like wave and give like a little nod.
Are
off
they
to you guys.
cute, Brian?
Yeah.
Roll the perception check. Oh,
Is that
yeah.
disadvantage
Okay.
still?
fuck it.
You're drunk,
14.
Serenity, you too.
You're drunk. too,
Disadvantage.
Serenity, when
Ah,
you-
dicks,
like,
fuck.
Oh, disadvantage?
Yeah, you're drunk.
That's only
13 for me.
7. What's supposed to be rolled if I wasn't at disadvantage? I rolled a 19.
So, what'd you get, Andy?
13.
So Andy, you can tell they all look like, they're okay. The drunk idiots over there, they're like, they're good options. Like they look pretty cute.
Okay, I chuckle and let them go off.
Which one looks
I
like
don't
the
tell them.
strongest boy there?
There is a blonde boy over there who.
Oh,
who's
perfect.
muscular.
And dude, I used to be a blonde
Walk over
boy.
and tell him to lift you.
Rainn likes blondes.
What do you say, Wind Whisper?
You should just walk over and tell him to lift you.
See if they can bench 140 pounds.
Okay, so what do? Are you going over to the bar, or are you going over to the people who just bought you drinks?
Rainn's gonna change directions when she saw that they were the ones that bought her drinks. And
Okay.
walk up very flirtatiously. I'm assuming Serenity's following Rainn.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Are you a girl right now or a boy?
Oh, I'm going after the girl.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Don't overshadow me. I'm trying to have a good time.
Okay. What do you do?
I need to move my burger so I can do some acting. Rainn is gonna come over to the table and be like, "How's it going, boys?" I'm assuming, is it all guys or is there also girls at the table?
Just all guys.
Awesome. It's gonna be great night.
And they're just like enjoying a couple good fights. We made a little bit of coin off of you guys.
Well, that's good. It's always good to vote on the underdogs.
Yeah, who knows how they'll win.
Rainn is using her most commoner accent. She sounds drunk.
They're like, yeah, I mean, it pays off the little bit we make outside of school.
What are you going to school for? She brushes the pretty one's hair and says, "For being pretty."
I'm gonna keep an eye on this conversation and just make sure that none of these boys take advantage of the two of them because they're
Rainn
obviously
can kill
much
someone
more
anywhere in the
drunk.
week.
Yeah, but you're both at 1 hit point and you're really drunk.
No,
in
we're gonna roll our hit
comparison
dice.
to the boys.
It's been an hour.
Has it been an hour, DM?
It's been just about an hour, so if you guys were short resting,
Okay.
soon you guys would get some back.
I believe I'm a D8 for hit dice.
I'm gonna roll then, if that's allowed.
Yeah, if you guys want to roll hit dice, you can.
Rogue hit
Hey.
dice is D8, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought I remembered that.
Fighter is D10, so you have 1 D10.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my 1d10 and a d8. Awesome. Double awesome. I now have what's that math? 17 hit
I got
points.
40 HP back.
Oh, I only used 2 dice.
Only
I
used
used
2.
all.
I used 2 and I gained 9. I'm up to
I
10.
gained
I
14 hit points.
I gained 18. Oh, sorry, 17. I can do math.
Okay. So the pretty boy.
Rainn is also gonna be pushing up her.
Her boobs.
Yeah,
I'm still
Pressing her
keeping an
boobs
eye on
into
them.
yeah. She's being a little extra flirtatious.
Mhm.
She's drunk, okay, guys. This is what she does. She gets drunk and makes bad decisions. It's
Yeah,
Her-
that's why.
it's her
she has
true
Andy
character
around
flaw
now.
she has.
He lets you know we're all studying. We're learning to be business owners over at Futures Forward.
Business owners. That means you'll make real money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a business owner myself, though it's more of an independent contracting business.
What kind of contracts do you sell?
All kinds. Whether it be, she whispers very quietly, death, or, the normal ones.
What is your intention with what you just said there? Are you trying to be intimidating, or what are you doing?
She's being
Hear about
flirtatious,
it.
but she's a little drunk and being a little too forward.
Um,
Know what I mean? She's, because she's being a little too forward because she's drunk, she's like, whatever, this is... Killing people is normal to her life at this point. She's taken bounties before. So, she's not... the disconnect of normal people versus her has just gone.
so are you trying to flirt or intimidate?
Flirt.
She's doing the
Roll-
attempt of flirting,
Roll a
but probably
charisma check
failing
with
miserably.
disadvantage.
She's trying to flirt, but it might be intimidating. Aww.
It's gonna be intimidating.
9.
9. You whisper that in his ear, and he kind of stumbles the chair forward a little bit, and he's like, not the type of contracts I'm looking for.
Well, I promise you, I do the others as well.
Takes a sip of his drink, and he's just like,
They're all profitable.
Maybe some other time. So
Damn!
come on, guys. In the guys.
She's a little too forward.
She might do those weird contracts, but I do the contracts of the bodily form.
Or do you say anything to them, Serenity, as they're starting?
That's what I tell them.
Okay.
She does contracts of the bodily form.
What to do tonight?
Rainn's gonna lean on Serenity, be like, "Oh yes, yes, she is the greatest of pleasurers in the region." Rainn's drunk, guys. This is only gonna be bad. Oh, I feel bad for Vicky's losing her shit.
Can Andy hear any of this at all?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is pretty open.
We're not being quiet.
Okay.
The only thing that was quiet was me whispering death. That was the only quiet bit.
Andy kind of starts chuckling
what did you
quietly.
It's a charisma check, right? Or
Yes.
Charisma, yeah.
a 16.
16.
You're going home with the boys.
Oh, there's gonna be multiple people showing up to your fucking.
Yeah.
One of the boys,
Like, I didn't know this was an orgy. And Serenity's like, more!
one of the boys turns around. 3 of them do walk away, but one turns around and looks at you and just be like looks you up and down. Where would I be able to get one of these contracts?
Rainn's gonna push you forward.
I'll tell him, well, if you can bring all your buddies, we can make it a real good time. And
gives the address of the place.
Yep.
I'm gonna flag down the bartender for some water.
Roll a persuasion check.
That was cocked.
When Andy becomes the responsible one instead of Rainn for a moment, because he sees Rainn's getting too drunk.
Yep.
What check? Persuasion?
He's gonna be sipping on it and pretending that it's alcohol.
You said 15?
Yes.
That's how they do.
He says, he takes a sip of drink, winks, and says, "I'll see what I can do." And then he runs off with his friends.
When Rainn gets back to the table,
Serenity's getting an orgy tonight.
Rainn's not going back to the table. She's going to the bar. She's not going to get a drink. She's just going to She's just going to opt some of the more seedy, beautiful. Are there any attractive men at the bar, Brian?
There are plenty of attractive men at the bar.
Okay, I don't have to roll for that. I just need to know.
I'm gonna put my
Back
arm
at
over
the
Sereny and
table.
be like, do you want a little help tonight?
I don't need help. Don't worry. She's
Back
going
at
to
the
wave you
table.
off.
Back
Okay,
at the
I'm gonna
table,
return to
Andy,
my
Delson,
room.
and Wind Whisper, what are you guys doing?
Andy switches to water at seeing Rainn get so drunk that she's just badly flirting with every man
I'm
in
sorry,
the
it's what I
bar.
rolled, guys. I have to do the acting.
No, I know. It's just cringy, and Andy would react and be like, "Yikes!" And
Well,
just start
yeah,
drinking
Rainn's
some
your
water.
ex-girlfriend who you dated for, we decided a month or something like that? This is real
Actually,
cringy.
Yeah, that's true. It's extra cringy. Maybe he takes one more shot before drinking water.
It's like, I need to wipe my memory, but I need to stop drinking.
Yeah, wipe my memory, but also sober up.
So roll one more Constitution saving throw. Andy.
That's exactly what would happen, though. He'd be like, "Ah." I'm sorry for our lots of role play. This is just what we do with these
Same
characters.
thing, 22.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still good. You're trying to wipe your mind, and you're just like, this isn't fucking working.
So I switched to water.
So Delson, Wind Whisper, and Andy, what do you guys? Is there anything you guys want to discuss?
Come on,
about
Shadow. You
today's
can get
event,
any girl
or
you
anything
want in this
as-
bar.
As those two are flirting over at the bar, what would you? Is there anything-
I walked back to the table after.
Okay, so Serenity joins while Rainn is over flirting badly. What do you? Is there
She's
anything
gonna
you
start
guys-
flirting good. Don't worry, guys.
At this point, I'd probably just be watching the show unfold.
Yeah, I
Thank you, Wind Whisper. You're wonderful.
I'm just.
I say, hey, Wind Whisper, you want to make another bet?
I just smirk and nod and pull out 2 gold pieces.
Okay, I bet it takes her 2 more guys to get someone to respond.
That's realistic.
4 guys. I'm gonna
2 more.
hold up 1 finger and go.
1 more? Okay. I put down 2 gold on the table.
Alright.
And we keep an eye out on Rainn's activities.
Rainn's drunk and she's riding off a high. She's gonna have a good time.
Oh, I know.
So
And then she said, "Andy, come to the apartment so we can talk tonight."
Yep.
Oops.
Rainn,
But now
roll,
she's playing with
Rainn.
people, so.
She's drunk.
For the sake of brevity, Rainn,
Yep,
roll
absolutely.
roll charisma checks until you succeed. All
Okay,
at
so-
disadvantage.
Okay, that was what I say. So that's this is the first one. Oh, that's we're not even gonna pay attention to that one. That was a 4. Sorry, no, that was a 5. That was a. Oh, the guy's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, lady?" and leaves.
Roll one more just to see if you nat one.
No, that was rolling 2 dice. Okay,
Oh,
this
okay.
one's okay. The second one's okay. So that is 15.
I take the gold.
15. So the first guy, very quickly, Rainn, you kind of like stumble onto the bar and knock a few of the like mugs out of the way, and
She throws
spill a
some
little
gold
bit-
at the bartender. She throws like 3 gold at the bartender.
spill a little bit on the guy, and the guy just gets up and goes. The next one you come over seems to be a half-elven, early 20s kind of guy, and you like
So
bring a
I'm-
drink over to him, and he looks around, and he's just like, drinks, and then holds up a conversation.
The
and
worst part is Rainn's a really attractive woman. So like she should not be the option.
You just got it with 15.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
know.
whatever
I'm
you
well
want
aware,
to do,
Brian. The worst part is Rainn's a beautiful woman, but she's not great right now. She's sauced.
If you start trying to make a move, he will make out with you. He'll follow you home tonight. He's basically, this is probably going to be the height of my night right here. That's the type
Oh,
of night
good.
I'm
That's
having.
okay. Rainn will rock his world. He'll not meet that peak again for a while.
And as
Rainn will
Andy,
continue with the boy that likes her.
Andy takes over the gold, Delson, just so you know, there is a woman who does approach you. She seems to be more devilish in nature. She seems to have very much of the similar traits as what Serenity has. And
She's a succubus.
Is it a tiefling?
It's a succubus.
it seems to be a succubus, and brings
But
up
she
to you
wants
and
a
be like,
good time with you.
You put on such a wonderful show. I'd like to see what else.
Brian, I hate when you flirt, Brian. It makes me uncomfortable.
Kind of reaches around the edge of the bar to like over like your robes a little bit.
Imagine it's not Brian flirting with you. That's what you have to do, or else this is not
just
going to feel
picture
good.
my face on every single.
Wait, is that not what we're supposed to be doing?
Every single person you interact with.
Every NPC looks like Brian.
Oh
Literally
no!
has Brian's face.
Brian, you're a beautiful boy, but like you can't do that.
So Delson,
I will. So what did she say to me again?
Don't make it
basically was flirting about saying it was impressive to see your skills. I'm interested to see what else the infamous Shadow has to offer.
Oh,
I'm
get
not sure.
some.
I'm not sure you're prepared.
Scoot away.
Either intimidation or just a straight charisma check if you're just trying to be flirty.
Like, sit further away from Delson.
You can't hear me clapping, but I'm clapping for you. Good job, fucking Andrew. I love you, man. Welcome to the club where we play these games.
17.
Fuck
17.
yes. Was that flirty or is that intimidation?
That was intimidation.
Well, if he knows he's got echo.
True.
Oh no!
Like literally, actually, as I say, I'm not sure you're prepared. My echo appears in the seat next to me.
I hate you so much. I
Yeah,
love you so much.
As I vacate the seat, the echo pops out and sits where I was sitting.
Andy's like, I'm out. This is too much.
Yeah.
She responds, just looking back and be like, I've done 2 before. And
God damn.
And as the night goes on, if you would like, this woman seems interested in you taking her home. Rainn, this man will come home with you. And Serenity, you don't know what the fuck's gonna be at your brothel when you get back.
Yeah, you've caused
gonna
a
be a
special
good
kind of chaos at your brothel.
The night,
There's like 6 people there.
as the night goes on, unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss.
Nah,
you are
it's
free-
discussion's over. Andy's probably like, I was supposed to talk to Rainn. I'm now confused what my plan is.
No,
guys-
I'm gonna go back to my previous plan as I see that she seems occupied. I'm gonna try to make eyes with her. If I can catch her eye, I'm gonna do like a...
I'm gonna give you an eye back of meet me in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we can communicate that well anymore,
I check to
but...
see if I can... Should I roll an insight check to see if I can understand what she's trying to say?
If you would like.
Okay. I feel like this is more fun if I leave it up to chance.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh, okay. 8.
Okay.
I'm not sure about what she's trying to say.
Kind of gives you a look, and you kind of like give like a look and an acknowledgement back, and then as Rainn sends,
Rainn yells the morning.
As Rainn walks away, you kind of give an acknowledgement, and then she's like, I have no idea what that look was supposed to be.
Yeah, I just kind of go, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Rainn can Rainn... Okay, I'm guessing we're going to insight check Andy to see if Rainn can tell that he is fibbing the shit out of his ass.
Insight with disadvantage because you're drunk.
I know. Insight. That's an 11, so that's not great.
No, you are too preoccupied right now. With,
Okay. That's reasonable.
Medium
Okay.
looking boy who you are taking.
But as I see that
you're
she's
taking home with a cat to
preoccupied,
take you home.
I think I'm going to take the cat and Wind Whisper if he wants to come with me, or if he wants to go home, he can go home. I'm gonna head back to the monastery.
I don't have.
Yeah, he
Okay,
didn't have a home.
I'll say you want to come with me again, buddy.
What
Can
chaos have
like,
we
hold
unfolded
my
upon
arms
this
up and
world?
carry me.
Also, I will.
The cat around my shoulders then, and then I pick up Wind Whisper.
And that is
I throw him over one shoulder and I have a cat on the other.
You think you'd probably look pretty weird leaving this bar like this, but people have seen weirder.
Yeah.
All right, and you head out of the bar soon after Rainn leaves with her boy. What do you do, Delson?
Well, I'm not going to take this succubus to my lair. That I feel like that'd be a bad idea.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it would.
I'm just gonna go to a brothel, or just let her guide me to a brothel.
Okay.
Or wherever she wants to go.
Or her apartment or whatever.
And Serenity, do you head back to yours?
Oh, I'm going to the brothel.
Okay.
Serenity's having a great
Hey,
night.
guys, we kind of get off.
We're going to be ending somewhat shortly.
We'll deal with these
but-
problems next time when our sober selves will go, oh, fuck, what did we do?
All to say is so,
No, because Serenity knew what she did.
Rainn, if you follow this boy back, you are going to wake up in the Rising Wing section.
No, she's going to my house. He's going to my house.
Oh, so you're bringing to your apartment. Okay.
Yep.
So you bring him to your
Rainn
apartment.
doesn't like to be inconvenienced in the morning. She can send someone else out.
Delson,
She likes her bed.
He's not doing the walk of shame.
you
Yeah,
and
she
Serenity-
paid good money for that damn apartment.
What?
You and Serenity end up in the same place in Fortune's welcome gift.
Yes.
Oh man, Dustin's gonna walk out. Look at Serenity. We're not talking about this.
Serenity,
Like, So who pleasured you last night?
Serenity, you and Delson, you see this as Serenity walks in with you. Serenity basically is over at the entrance and asks if anybody's been waiting for her, and the person who's there does direct you. Serenity says, "Yeah, you have 5 people who asked for you tonight." And as you come to your room, you do open it up, and there's already the announcer dude who basically has like lines ready, and he's just like ready to make good on our agreement. And
The students are like, what the fuck?
The other 4 student boys are in that room, kind of like, what? 3 of them look really confused and kind of scared. The other one kind of looks into it.
Like, let's do some fucking coke.
And so this is the last thing where, Callum, if you can stay for like 10-15 minutes, because you are going with Andy to the monastery. Andy, is there anything you want to
He could pass out on the way if Callum wants.
So you direct
When Whisper could pass out.
So you direct
I'm carrying both of them home.
I'm gonna run away for 1 second, so don't finish before I'm back.
So you are able to direct Wind Whisper over to basically the Karma Plenty Monastery. Callum, basically this place, as you do enter in, the main thing that you realize about it is this place doesn't really have windows. Like, it's all just pillars and walls with like sections cut off. There are stairs leading up to different levels where there's a lot of people walking around in the same kind of gi attire that Andy does walk around with. Some of them with shaved heads, some of them with hair. It seems like this place isn't that type of place where like requires certain things. It's kind of just like the rest of the city. You can be how you are as long as you abide by rules. And there are torches lit in several hallways as you do pass through. Andy does lead you up to his room.
I kind of nod to anyone I recognize on the way up.
There are some students that you've trained with before who like say, "Oh, you've been up late," and comments
Good night.
And you leave Wind Whisper and Lucky up in your room.
I'm gonna bring Lucky with me.
Okay.
Do I know? I'm gonna go to Cassin's room. I'm gonna like tuck Wind Whisper into my bed and then carry Lucky with me to Cassin's room.
Okay. Wind Whisper, you are tucked in like a little child into the bed, and like
yeah.
And Callum, if you do need to leave, you can head out now.
Okay. It was fun playing with you guys. Hope you have a good
Callum,
night.
sleep well.
We'll see what you guys get when you guys finally make it to the next day. Out of 7 sessions, you've finally gotten. Well, the first session was the end of the last night. It has been a day and a half, and like a third, maybe.
We're sorry, Brian. You went off on this during the podcast. We apologize.
It's fun.
You didn't believe we'd take the whole session in the bar, and we did, bitch.
There's so many better things you guys can be doing for a live
stream.
But
was it worth it?
I don't
The game comes first, Brian. The game comes first.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, your player's having a great time.
So, you would know that late night, Cassin does typically like to be out in the open field behind the monastery, where there's a lot of structures where people can train. There's actually some nice fields out here, and there's one central like gazebo type area where there is something known as the as Shyland's Breeze, where there's a fire that's ever burning in the center, and its central location to the plaza, there's wind that's constantly like blowing through here. It's like perfect place for meditation. And you can go out there, and you do see Cassin just sitting up on one of the actual posts in the center, basically the center of the entire backfield.
Can I roll a stealth check?
You can roll a stealth check.
That's a 23.
23.
I go up behind Cassin.
And what do you try to do?
And I put my hands over his eyes,
I think that's what you're gonna do, Vicky.
And
and
as
I
you,
go, "Guess who?"
I knew it. The second
you
you
do
said stealth check, I knew that's what you were gonna do.
and as you do that, Costin doesn't even flinch and be like, you need to work on your stealth, my dear pupil.
I thought I did good.
I
And
heard
I
you,
sit down in front of him.
I heard you since you left the building.
Damn,
He's good, man.
how are
Take
you so good?
a seat.
He's so.
Maybe
you
you can
know.
learn more through meditation.
Okay, I sit next to him.
Are you still holding the cat?
Yeah, I'm holding the cat.
Hasn't opened his eyes yet. There's another like pedestal type of little place to sit in this place. The wind's just a constant breeze where it basically blocks out everything other than what's in this actual gazebo. And Costin's just like, so you've been absent for a few days. Where have you been? Where have you been off?
With an old friend.
Getting into some of your old trouble.
A little bit of trouble. A healthy amount.
Just don't get in trouble with the guards.
Has
Managed
also
not
not
to
heard about
so
the two
far.
times he's gotten in trouble with the guards.
In trouble with the guards, I've managed to get away. Actually.
Yeah, but you used something that was clearly magic that he might have heard of.
He might have heard about it, but I do say I've managed to not get in trouble so far.
He's just like, well, keep up that streak. I don't want you to miss the tournament next month.
Do I know about the tournament?
You do know that there is an annual Aru and Runa key enhancement tournament that's being held in about 30 days. Aru and Runa are the names of the two moons of Tychorus.
Cool.
You guys finally figure out what the moons are called.
Brian, I figured out a lot of things this session. I wrote the 0 down.
I say, well, I know if I got into a little bit of trouble, you'd probably want to get me out, right?
There's a limit to what my position in the monastery can do, Andy. Hold on, wait, what? Your full name is Andrish, right?
Yeah.
He will call you. He's gonna be. He calls you Andrish. He doesn't
Okay.
call you Andy.
It's Andrish.
Andrish.
But
There's a limit to which my influence in the monastery can do, Andrish.
I have a question for you.
What wisdom do you need?
My friend and I have been followed around by this little one. I assume you can hear it.
And says, yes, there's been some purring. I'm assuming you have a feline with you.
Yes. Its name is Lucky.
And what has this little one been doing?
Well, and I scratch the underneath the chin. Earlier today, it healed me.
That's pretty fitting for the name now, isn't it?
I guess so. I guess my first question is, do you have anything to do with this?
The cat is not my doing, though. It is often strange. There was a rumor from centuries ago of a cat named Lucky as well.
Tell me about it.
It seems, for no apparent reason, and for what historians have been able to record, is the city was seen host to one particular cat in the Age of War with the Crescent Moon Kingdom. a lot of those who came back from the war injured. At their lowest points, they seem to have been restored by this cat. Hasn't been seen since the Age of War, but it's interesting that similar tale has seemed to have befallen you.
Has he talked about this before? Do I know how long ago that might have been?
This is the first time you're hearing this tale from
Okay.
Costin, but you do know that the Zista City was at war. The last big war with the Crescent Moon Kingdom was within it was about like a century and a half ago. There have been like fights between the other kingdoms and such in the area, but the last big war was about like 150 or so years ago.
Say, I haven't heard of a cat that can live over a century. I look at it.
It might be a coincidence. It could not be. And the cat looks up at you and just...
I look at the cat and I say, is it a coincidence?
cocks its head.
I don't think he knows either.
I wouldn't imagine it would. Now, tell me, unless it's going to get you in more trouble. I'm just curious what my pupil is getting themselves into.
I'm not really sure exactly what I'm getting myself into.
And for the first time, opens their eye and looks at you and just be like, "Then would it be wise to pull out then? Before you get in too deep?"
Might be wise, but might not be kind.
That has always been your specialty, now hasn't it been, Andrish?
My friend, she thought I abandoned her. I don't really want to give her that impression again.
We all have our own unique paths to follow to acquire our plenty.
Would
Get
you
in line
have
with our
told
key.
him about
If
your
your path seems to be guiding you down this way, if this seems like the correct way to further yourself, you do have my support. However, make sure you do not get in over your head. You know the limits of your capabilities. Have you been practicing more with your path? Have you been aligning more with your key? And by this you can tell he's asking if you've exposed and if you've been using some of your abilities, practicing more to get better at it.
I say, yeah, I got into a little bit of a fight tonight. And earlier today, actually.
Sorry, this is Brian yawning. Response. And what was your key? Did you use your key efficiently? Did you tap into the possibilities?
I think I could have done better.
possibilities?
And that's one of the wonderful things I do enjoy about you. You always know you can do better, which is true in the infinite realm of possibilities. The infinite creation has infinite options. You can always do better, and you can always do worse. Reflect upon what you did well, and what you could have done better next time. Now, Are you staying over the night? Are you going to be here for tomorrow morning session? Or do you need more time to help out with your friend?
My friend, but I'm sure I could sneak in a quick session tomorrow morning.
Meet me down in the Central Chambers training grounds. And he stills himself for a second. He's like, it's about midnight now. I'd say an hour or so after the sun rises. Give you enough time to rejuvenate from the events you've gotten yourself into today. I can feel the energy of your pain emanating off your form. And then he does, Kassen, they open their eyes and like open up for a second, looks at your form and sees everything like beaten, but like healed up a little bit. He's like, did you get a few good licks in?
Like I said, I could have done better. But I did knock someone out, and that was pretty fun.
Well, maybe you can show me anything you've learned from your fight tomorrow morning.
I'd love to.
Now, would you like to stay out here with me, or would you like to go rest? I will be here for a little bit more time.
Stay for a little longer.
Do you need to sleep, Andy?
I do not. I can. 1 second.
He just has to rest for 4
think
hours,
I have
I believe.
I think I have to meditate for 4 hours.
Yep, I agree. I believe that's what you said before, if I remember correctly.
Let me read. It's a. I think it's a rogue thing. My this rogue thing.
Mm-hmm. I believe you're correct from what I remember you telling me before.
Class features. Revived nature. Let's see. You don't need to sleep. When you take a long rest, you must spend at least 4 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you remain semi-conscious and you can hear as normal.
Okay.
So I can meditate for 4 hours with Kassen instead.
So Kassen.
So you don't know that. You usually just sleep.
Kassen
I usually just sleep, but I have meditated throughout the night and noticed that I wasn't tired the next day.
Mm-hmm. So you and Kassen stay there in a meditative state for the next, he stays for 2 hours before he bids you a good night's sleep, whether you want to stay out here longer or come in and rest.
Other 2 hours. Does Lucky stay with me the whole time?
You look when Kassen gets up and Lucky is still there. 2 hours go by and you open up your eyes afterwards and Lucky is gone.
I look into the window and I look around and I say, I hope you're safe. And then I go back into my room.
Okay. And as everybody winds down for the night.
Hi,
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
And with more than half the party having sex before they go to sleep. This is where we end the session.
Fuck you, Discord. Fuck you.
Don't know.
Actually, it is half the party if we include our counterpart, the NPC.
Mm-hmm. Which Paul will come back next session. Hopefully, you guys don't get.
Yeah, Paul could be fucking arrested for all we know.
Congratulations, guys! You've made it through one day.
It is session 6.
Session 7.
Oh wow, we're the worst.
Yep.
There is one other full day, and then another day before the night of the gala. That you
Hey,
have.
know what? This makes sense that we would go through so much because we have so much to do in a very short period of time.
Mhm.
Had
I know
2
it
more
annoys
days
you,
before the gala.
Brian.
But hey,
I thought we
you
had 2 more full days.
You have one full day and then one day up to the evening.
Oh, okay.
That evening is when the gala ends up being.
Okay.
So our next day is interesting. A lot of stuff's going to happen our next day, and then
Oh, yeah.
we have the day of the gala.
You guys have 3 you have Wind Whisper has the book with the dirt on this lady that is worth 3 invitations if you bring it back to Otto. So that's what you guys have so far. We'll see what you guys end up doing and where you try to get the remaining invitations, whether it be Normal's shop, the Mayar's Athenium with Cairo, or you go Vazazira, or you find them some other ways. I am excited to see which
I have
ones
a
you
plan.
guys decide to go down.
I also
have a
have to
plan.
meet my ex-boyfriend for lunch.
And
We also have to meet the Liberator
And
after the
priorities.
fights.
and Delson running off into the distance like the vigilante he is right now.
I need to run to the bathroom. Sorry.
That's
he
fine.
gets to go meet the Liberator. Until next time, guys, we'll see you for the next disaster.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Go, Andrew, go!
All right.
Mains.
I said goodnight.
Oh, okay.
Good
That's
night.
it, Brian.